Welcome to LinguaWire English A2. Today we have two stories, one about local elections in the Palestinian territories and another about new ways to carry out federal executions in the United States. Please join us to practice your English every day with the latest episode. For transcripts and quizzes, visit linguawire.com. I am here with Sarah, LinguaWire's world correspondent. Sarah, what happened with the elections in the Palestinian territories?
Hello, Daniel. On Saturday, Palestinians voted in local elections in the West Bank and in one city in Gaza called Deir al-Balah. This is the first election in Gaza since 2006.
That sounds important. What is new about these elections?
The new thing is that Hamas, the group that controls most of Gaza, was not allowed to take part. Also, some other groups did not join because they had to accept the rules of the Palestinian Authority.
Why was Hamas not allowed to take part?
The Palestinian Authority, led by the Fatah Party, controls the election rules. They want candidates to accept the power of the Palestinian Liberation Organization, or PLO. Hamas does not agree with this, so they were not on the ballot.
I see. Why do these elections matter now?
They matter because many Palestinians want change. In the West Bank, people are unhappy with the Palestinian Authority. They think it is dishonest and not helping people's lives. So many want new leaders.
What about Gaza? How do people feel about Hamas now?
Hamas is less popular in Gaza because of the war last year. Some people blame Hamas for starting the fighting with Israel in October 2023. But in the West Bank, Hamas has more support because people want a different government.
That is interesting. What could happen next, after these elections?
The results will show if Hamas or Fatah get more power. It could change how the Palestinian territories are run. Also, it might affect peace talks with Israel.
One last question. How many people voted in these elections?
More than 1 million people could vote. In Deir al-Balah, about 70,000 people could vote at 12 polling stations. The results were expected late Saturday or Sunday.
Thank you, Sarah. That helps us understand the latest news in the Palestinian territories. Now I am with Michael, LinguaWire's US correspondent. Michael, what is the latest news about federal executions in the United States?
Hello, Daniel. The US Department of Justice has decided to allow more ways to carry out federal executions. Now they can use firing squads, gas and electrocution, as well as lethal injection.
Why did the Department of Justice make this decision now?
They said it will make the death penalty stronger and stop very bad crimes. They want to make sure executions can happen, even if some drugs are not available.
I heard there was a pause on executions before. Can you explain?
Yes, the previous government stopped most federal executions. Also, former President Joe Biden gave freedom to 37 prisoners on death row. But President Donald Trump restarted executions last year.
What is the usual method for executions now?
Lethal injection is the main method since 1993. It uses a drug called pentobarbital, but some people say it is cruel and it is hard to get the drug now.
So, adding other methods helps the government?
Yes, the Department of Justice said it will help them do executions even if the drug is not available. They want to be ready for all situations.
What did the acting Attorney General say about this?
He said the previous government did not protect people well because it stopped executions. He said the government must punish the most dangerous criminals, like terrorists and killers of police officers.
That is a strong statement. What could happen next with these new execution methods?
We may see federal executions using firing squads or gas in the future. This could cause new talks about the death penalty in the US.
Thank you, Michael. This gives us a clear picture of the changes in US federal executions. Let's look back at some useful words from the first story about the Palestinian elections. The three words are election, candidate, and authority. First, election means a vote where people choose leaders. In the story, Palestinians voted in local elections in the West Bank and Gaza. For example, the school held an election for class president. Second, candidate means a person who wants to be chosen for a job or position. In the story, Hamas was not allowed to have candidates in the election. For example, she is a candidate for the city council. Third, authority means the power or right to control or make decisions. In the story, candidates had to accept the authority of the Palestinian Liberation Organization. For example, the teacher has the authority to give homework. Now, for the second part, let's talk about the verb allow. The base form is allow. It means to give permission for something. We use allow with to plus another verb. For example, the law allows people to vote. In the story, the Department of Justice allows new methods for executions. Here are two example sentences. My parents allow me to watch TV after homework, and the park allows dogs on the grass. That is all for today's language recap. Follow LinguaWire for the latest daily episode and build your daily language habit with us.